Hello and Assalamualaikum. Welcome back after Eid. Now this is going to be our first formal lesson for project class. So before this Eid, we have been talking about and we have had a few discussions about weather. So let's continue this. Weather. So let's just quickly recall. We have been talking about weather already. So we had a discussion on what do we know about weather already. So you guys responded to it very nicely. Some of you said it can be cloudy or rainy. Some of you said it can be rainy, windy, hot, or even cold. And one other response was weather is something that changes. Now, we also had a response that summer, autumn, winter, and spring are also weathers. So we had a discussion about it and we said that no, these are not weathers. So what are they actually if they're not weathers? Then summer, winter, autumn, and spring are seasons. So there are different seasons and you can have different types of weather within a season. So my next question to you is, what is our weather like in Pakistan where we live? So we discussed this question a little bit further. So what is our weather like in Pakistan where we live? So you said that the season in Pakistan right now is summer. So summer is the season. However, the weather keeps on changing in Pakistan. It can be sunny, or it can be rainy, or it can be windy. So all of these different weathers can be a part of one season. So you can have different types of weather within one season. So that's the difference between a weather and season. Keep that in mind. So let's look at a few videos of different kinds of weather. So I'm going to play the video and you take a guess what kind of weather is it. What kind of weather is this one? Yes, you're right. This is cloudy. What kind of weather is this now? Absolutely correct. This is rainy. Now, what kind of weather do you see in this video? Yes, this is thunder and lightning. Okay, now what kind of weather? Is a foggy weather, the kind of weather you see in winters. Now, what kind of weather is this one? These look like small hard balls like ice. So this is a hail. We have all experienced hail or seen hail. It's very hard and very strong. Okay, now what kind of weather do you think this is? Yes, the sun is high up in the sky and this type of weather is sunny. Now, what kind of weather do you think this is? Absolutely correct. This weather is windy. Now, when we talk about weather, weather is the day-to-day condition of the atmosphere. So it is part of our everyday lives and very often determines what we do and what we wear and even what we eat. There can be many different types of weather conditions, from rain to hail to sun and snow. Finally, when we talk about weather, we talk about the word temperature. When I say weather can be of different types, but what is the temperature within any particular weather? So what do we mean by the word temperature? Temperature is a feeling, a measure of warmth or coldness with reference to some standard value. So temperature is a number. A temperature is always a number. So temperature is important because it is something we feel. We have to adjust our housing and clothing to it if we live in different places or at different times of the year. If we get too cold or too hot, we cannot survive. So we have to learn to fight the temperature. Now, what do you think this is? Yes, exactly. This is a thermometer. And what is the temperature on this thermometer right now? Exactly. It is 20 degrees centigrade. Can you see this red line? It's closer to 20 degrees centigrade. Now, when we talk about the temperature, there are different scales we use. So there are three temperature scales which are mostly used. One is Fahrenheit, one is Celsius, and one is Kelvin. But the most common one we use is centigrade. Even if you open your weather app, you always see this degree centigrade next to the temperature you read. For example, this one, 28 degrees centigrade. Okay, so moving on. When we talk about the temperature, when the temperature is below zero, as in it is in minus, then it is freezing. As the temperature gets higher above zero, it is cold. It's very chilly and cold. And as the temperature gets higher above 10, it still is cool. However, when the temperature gets closer to 20, it starts getting warmer. And when it gets higher than 20, closer to 26 or 28, it gets hotter. And finally, when it's very high, closer to 30, it gets scorching hot. It is a very, very hot temperature. Finally, we have talked about weather symbols. When we talked about weather, we have talked about weather symbols one way or the other. So what are weather symbols? Weather symbols are pictures or signs that help us understand a type of weather. For example, sunny, windy, or even cloudy. This picture shows sunny. This picture shows cloudy, or even we can also say partly cloudy because you can see a little bit of sun. And finally, we have completely cloudy. So weather symbols are used as a quick and easy way to show the weather that is happening in a particular place on a weather forecast. So normally when you see a weather forecast, they see these weather symbols. So without even having the need to read what is the weather like, you can just simply look at these symbols and know, oh yes, it's going to be sunny today. So here are a different range of symbols: sunny, cloudy, windy, rainy, thunder. And when there's thunder along with rain, so this is the symbol for it: foggy, snowy, and icy. And a few little more symbols. So that's about it. That's what we talked about today. And I hope you enjoyed your lesson today. And we're going to see you next time with the assignment.